Hey there everyone, welcome back to another review. I'm Robbie.
I'm Jye.
And I'm Liam.
And we're up to, what did we say, 15? Number 15?
Mm-hmm.
Cinematic Universe number 15. We're getting towards the end now. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Enjoy.
Hope you're ready. It'll be here any minute. Is that a rifle?
You don't know what a rifle looks like?
It's just swords were your thing and guns were mine. But I guess we're both doing guns now. I just didn't know that.
Well, that's intense.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was directed by James Gunn and it stars Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Kurt Russell, along with the voices of Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel.
That's right. It's the follow-up to the first Guardians of the Galaxy. The whole crew is back. Well, with the exception of Groot. New
Cool.
Groot.
Yeah. Baby Groot.
And in my opinion, this just improves on the first film
It
in
does.
every way.
I feel like it's an unpopular opinion.
It
Yeah.
is an unpopular opinion,
And-
and it's an opinion we all share.
Yeah, funnily enough, we're all in the minority. We think it's actually better than the first film, and the first film's already great. This is my personal favourite film in the MCU.
And
It's just-
I 100% agree with you. It is also my number one spot.
It struck a lot of chords with me. Like, it was not only such a great film and such a heartfelt film that was entertaining and just so well written, but like, I don't know, it got me emotionally, besides, you know, the actual emotional scenes. I feel like I've really connected with this film, which is funny to say about a Marvel, you know, popcorn film. You know, it's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, this is my favourite as well. Which we're going really early here and I go like throwing everything out there, but I absolutely love this movie. This as I said before, improves every way on the first film in my opinion. I was pretty shocked to when the reviews started flowing in and seeing how people said this was not that great, you know, it didn't really build on the first one, the characters weren't as good anymore. I disagree entirely. I think the characters were improved in every way. Splitting them up I thought was good in a way because we got to see the different pairings and
It was a bold choice.
yeah. And without going into spoilers too soon, I thought the villain was really good in this movie too. Yeah, thoughts?
So the first time I saw it, I was one of those people who thought it was fine, but not great. I think just because James Gunn does go down a bold path with this one, he doesn't recreate the same story as the first one. It's a completely different tone almost to the first one, while still retaining what we like about the Guardians. But I think it was weird. Like I was critical of myself then of not liking because I always going like, you know, a sequel needs to be different from the first one. What's the point of retreading something that's already been done?
Yeah.
And then this one I was like, oh, accusing of doing that.
Right.
I don't know if I was in a bad mood when I first saw it the first time or if I was just after something completely different. I don't know. But I saw it a second time and I loved it so much. And it's not my favourite because Spider-Man Homecoming is still my favourite MCU. But
Spoilers!
But I can't decide between this or the Avengers. The Avengers has been my favourite from the beginning up until Homecoming came out. Rewatching this one, I'm halfway through rewatching it. I think this could take the number 2 spot
Wow. There you go.
because of the ending. Again, we'll keep spoilers for later on, but I am a sucker for a perfect ending, and this has a perfect ending for me.
Right, and I was just going to say, I agree with you that this one tops the Avengers for me because, the emotional factor, and I didn't feel the emotional factor in the Avengers. You know, like the Avengers is excellent.
Yeah.
This one has that heartwarming moment, and the
It's
sad moment.
It's got
saying,
so much
you know,
heart.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, it just totally takes over the top. And
It does, yeah. A movie can be fine, but if the wrap up is brilliant, it will more than make up the rest of the movie for me.
Right.
Same as if the movie is fantastic and the last 15 minutes sucks, it ruins the ending.
Right.
So it ruins the film. The ending is almost everything. That's what you finish with.
Yeah, and everything's building up to it.
Exactly. And God, James Gunn does such a perfect way of just bringing everything to a close in this film while still leaving it open obviously for future films.
Right.
Like Infinity War.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Volume 3 whenever we get that one.
Yeah, one great thing about this film is that it's like the first Marvel film since I want to say like Iron Man 2. First Marvel sequel since like Iron Man 2, where it doesn't have any of the other films in the MCU like affecting the story, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, you've got the Avengers before you get Iron Man 3, and that obviously you need to see like Iron Man. You need to see the Avengers to like understand
bits in Iron Man 3.
Yeah, exactly. But this is just a straight sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume, well, the first one, and it's set like 6 months after, and it's pretty much just the story of this family, you know, sorting out their differences, isn't it, and coming together.
Yeah.
You know, and oh god, it reveals so many character flaws.
Yeah. Should
which
we
is
head
great.
straight into the spoilers?
Let's
now,
jump straight
start?
into spoilers. Spoilers for Guardians Volume 2 if you haven't seen it already.
So yeah, I think the villain being Ego, I thought that was excellent. I really thought that was.
I was completely blindsided
Star-Lord's
by that.
dad, if you don't know.
Oh yes, the father of
Yeah.
Star-Lord is Ego, and he turns out to be the villain, and I think that's perfect because it presents such a different kind of villain. Like I mean Loki is Thor's brother obviously, but this one's just. It just feels much more personal than
Yeah,
Loki.
absolutely.
Do you agree?
Oh, for sure.
Especially because Star-Lord, ever since he was a child, he was longing for a father.
Yes.
You know? And he didn't realise he had one.
Which brings us to
Which brings us
Yondu.
to Yondu.
Oh man, and then Yondu's death at the end of the film. That's horrible.
That's the ending that gets to me.
Yeah.
And you got, Cat Stevens' song.
Father and son playing. Yeah, I know. It's just heartbreaking.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
And you at the start of the film, Stallone's in this movie.
Yeah.
At the start of the film, Yondu talks to Stallone, being the leader of the Ravagers, and he's exiled and everything. And Yondu can't tell him why he did the things he did.
Because he basically thinks he took Peter for like child trafficking.
child slavery and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. And so Stallone has fully cast aside and exiled Yondu. By the end, Yondu is fully reconciled and forgiven by everyone,
Yeah.
but it's done after his death.
Yep. It's
So-
so heartbreaking.
And he gets this incredible send off from the Ravagers, and visually it looks incredible. Like the Yondu's remains, they kind of drift off into the.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that scene.
And I think that everyone, probably except Drax, has a great character arc in this film.
Drax stays Drax.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
No.
But like...
How do you develop Drax? Like,
Yeah.
he's so...
Yeah, he's pretty much where he is.
Yeah.
You know? Most of his development was in the first film,
Yeah.
whereas everyone else's is mostly in the second one. But Yondu's character arc is just by far like the strongest part of this film,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Definitely.
And the way he works so well with Rocket as
Yeah.
well, who
Definitely.
is also fantastic in this film.
This film is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, I love every aspect of this film.
Earlier, I mentioned the fact that this film reveals a lot of flaws about the main characters that we love, and Rocket's probably the one that is most, put out there. For example, he steals the batteries in the beginning just because.
buy some batteries.
Yeah, for no reason. He just does it.
Yeah.
And then there's the part where they nearly crash the they do crash land the
Yeah.
ship because Rocket and Peter,
Yeah.
they're having this
Fight.
That rivalry.
You're right. They're not afraid to show that like Rocket, like he is being a dick. Like he
is.
he's being an ass.
And Peter Cullen has a line, are you trying to get the whole world against you? Because it's
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
And I'll also bring up the relationship between Nebula and Gamora as well, because I think going forward into Infinity War, that will be very important, especially with the Thanos connection. Obviously.
Oh yeah.
It feels like that in Guardians 1, Guardians 2, and Infinity War, I feel there'll be a Nebula redemption arc. Like I think she's already kind of redeemed. Like,
She's almost there.
she's coming back. I think Infinity War will be the final part of her.
Yeah. And I think having that story of what Thanos did to her for the audience, regardless of what she did in the first movie, we can forgive her for that because we know where she's come from.
Exactly.
She's pretty much lived with pain her entire life.
She's subjected to child abuse.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's basic. That's they obviously sort of code it. They don't outright say that she had abusive parents.
Yeah.
Like like in a grounded reality. But that's when you get down to it. All of Thanos' adopted children.
They're abused.
They were abused. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think
And-
this will be a very important thread going forward. Yeah.
And
for sure.
Nebula's got that fantastic line where she says, all you wanted to win, but all I wanted was a sister.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
another line.
The-
Oh, God.
Literally nearly every character in this film has just such a great emotional, family kind of,
You know
thread
what?
to it.
You know what? I prefer this to Avengers. I just decided. It's just take
Well,
out Avengers.
Right here.
Right here.
Oh,
It's its own
history.
camera. Well to see.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's hit straight to star ratings then. What are you giving?
Oh, it was already a 5-star rating, but God, it's
5.5.
it's a 10-star rating.
5 stars.
5 stars.
This is easily my favorite MCU film. I'm going 5 stars as well.
Just from talking about it, I love this film. It's been at a solid 4 stars because I haven't rated any other Marvel film above 4 stars. But honestly, just talking about it makes me want to see it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It's an amazing thing when you just talk about a film and you think about it, and you're like, hell yeah, I love it. I want to go see it again. So it's a 4.5.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, there
4.5
we go.
stars. There you
Nice.
go.
That's the first time we've gone over 4 stars for an MCU film.
Yes, absolutely.
There we go.
Guardians.
Guardians 2.
And sorry, just finishing up. I think what is so great about this is that James Gunn has retained what made Guardians of the Galaxy iconic, which is obviously the comedy and songs. The songs, I'd say, aren't as well known as the first film,
Right.
but they're so perfect for this
Oh,
film.
they're great.
But there's that. But at its heart, it's a film about family, and that's something that I think the Avengers should really take on board for future films because it's something they haven't really touched on. So
Well, maybe with the new Avengers lineup,
Hopefully.
they'll follow that
Hopefully.
sort of thing.
James Gunn direct Avengers 4 for us, or 5 because we've already got the Russo brothers.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sometimes the thing you're searching for your whole life, it's right there by your side all along.
You're right.
All you do is yell at each other. You're not friends.
No, we're family. Except maybe her.
Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Those are our thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Let us know if you loved it as much as we did. Is it your favourite in the MCU? Let us know in the comments below. Coming up next, we've got the 16th film in the MCU rewatch, and it's Spider-Man Homecoming.
My number 1.
One you're looking forward to talking
Yes.
about, I know.
Yeah.
Until next time, we'll see you at the movies.